Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. I hope you're doing well. It's Friday, June 11th. Important updates today. We have a $5,000 grant program open to certain businesses that is ending today. I'll talk about that at the end. Plus a few other grant programs I want to call your attention to. And of course, updates on the EIDL loan increase and targeted EIDL grant progress. We've got a few updates there for you. Most importantly, hope you're doing well. Do me a favor, hit subscribe if you're new to this channel or if you've been watching for months, and like this video so others see it. It really helps us. All right, let me dive right in today. First, I want to bring up this poll we did 2 days ago. Over 5,000 votes right now. We asked, what are you waiting for the most right now when it comes to funding? Okay. There's the SBA programs, there's other grant programs. The 4 options we gave are your EIDL loan increase. Nearly half of you, that is what you are waiting for. And that's still the trend. We still have not heard from the SBA why these are taking so long, why they don't have more loan officers to help out. Basically, the situation is there are millions of small businesses in the queue waiting to be assigned to a loan officer to approve their EIDL loan increase. I've talked about that a lot. I've talked about that for weeks now. And for many of you, that is significant money. You are waiting for tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of low interest loans. 3.75%, as far as I know, that's the best rate you will ever see for a loan. And of course, the terms are over 30 years. Most of you are still waiting there. We keep asking about that. Okay, the other buckets, nearly a third of you, 31%, are waiting your targeted and supplemental grant. The positive news is that many of you are now reporting you are getting the invite. Those of you that have been waiting for a couple months, more invitations are going out. 10% are waiting for other funding and grant opportunities. So for those folks, I'll give you a few options at the end of this video. New grant opportunities, including the $10,000 one for certain groups. And finally, 12% of you are not waiting, just living. You've moved on, you're tired of watching this stuff on a daily basis. At least I hope that's the case. Now, there is a vocal group of people that are upset with the SBA. A few weeks ago, we actually did a poll on who was happy with the SBA under Isabel Guzman and who's not. And the overwhelming majority of people said they were not dissatisfied. They would rate the SBA 1 star, 2 stars. Look, if you're still waiting for money from the SBA, chances are you've been waiting for months. So you're a little upset about that. A lot of people in the comments we've seen are asking for major action, $10,000 to all businesses. Loon Chocolate says, I would take this better if I was told my increase is coming in 18 months. This holding pattern of unknown is very painful. Is the SBA going to help us? Or do I need to go in another direction? And Loon Chocolate, thank you for writing that because I couldn't have put it any better. The problem is expectations. If there was better communication and the SBA said, look, it's going to be 3 months, expect 3 months, 4 months, you can plan accordingly rather than have this unknown. It could be tomorrow, it could be 4 months from now. So what are you supposed to do? Sit around and watch data reports or watch YouTube videos? Again, our SBA contacts have been fantastic. We just hope they could give a little bit more insight. You know, it wouldn't be that difficult if there are 1 million small businesses waiting for an EIDL loan increase right now. Let's take a round number. And let's say there are 100 loan officers that can do 100 EIDL loan increases per week. So that's 10,000 EIDL loan increases per week. That means it would take 100 days to get through the 1 million applications. So, okay, that would be great to know. And there should be a central system saying you are currently in the queue as number 900,000. Therefore, based on the numbers we have now, we will get to you in 90 days. Or look, they could say we're bringing on 100 new loan officers by the end of June, which will double the pace, so you can expect yours in 50 days. Again, if I was at the SBA, I would want to know all of this data, right? How many loan officers you have, how many applications can be reviewed and approved per week by a loan officer, and where someone is in the loan queue. That would be my strong recommendation for the SBA to start to provide some of this data. Where are you in the queue? Based on what they know internally, how many loan officers, how many approvals, what can you expect? 10 days, 30 days, 60 days? In fact, now that I talk about it here, I may write a letter to Ms. Guzman to push for this because they have all this data. It would just take one person on the SBA team to create this framework to say, okay, we know where a certain person is in the queue, therefore we're going to give them an estimate. And it's always better to overestimate and then surprise you rather than underestimate. And so you're waiting every day for new information. Anyway, what do you think about that proposal and idea? If you support it, leave a comment because we may decide to write a letter and push for this. We can even copy in some lawmakers here. Before I switch to the grants, big economic news, there are higher consumer prices. This just came out a couple days ago in the Wall Street Journal. Prices are surging for many household expenses as the pandemic eases and the economy opens. I just want to read a couple of the takeaways here. Inflation is heating up across the economy. Overall consumer prices jumped 5% in May from a year earlier, the biggest increase since 2008. The Labor Department reported on Thursday. So these are increases in airfares, restaurants, women's suits. These reflect a return to normal or pre-pandemic price levels. Other prices, however, could reflect more lasting changes in workers' and consumers' behavior over the past year. Here are a few examples. Restaurants' prices for meals at full-service establishments rose 0.6% in May from the month before and were up 4% from the year earlier. Grocery prices are rising more slowly this year than during 2020 when people shifted to eating more at home. So here's the look. Full service meal price increases higher than grocery price increases. Hotels and airlines, of course, their prices have gone down over the past year. You can see the difference here. For example, last May, airline fares were down 30%. They're going up a little bit, but still down from where they were. Now, a big one is autos. Look at this 25% increase on used cars and trucks from a year ago. Rental cars, same thing, going up. A lot of this is lag in supply, right? Consumer demand is picking up, but there's a whole logistics component to getting rental cars back to the rental car counters. Basically, supply in this case is lagging the new demand. Home good prices are also going up. Appliances, indoor plants and flowers, and furniture. Quick note, I'm going to be talking about PPP loan forgiveness in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. Many of you have questions about your second draw or even your first draw loan forgiveness. There have been some changes, so I'm going to go into detail on that in an upcoming video. Finally, I want to end with some grant opportunities for you today. Okay, two quick things. We finally have grants, loans, funding opportunities on the Skip website. If you are a Skip Plus user, you can now log in on your web dashboard and see the loan and grant and funding roundups here. Previously, these were only available on the app. These are now live on the dashboard, dashboard.helloskip.com. You can, of course, see all of our services here, get help, read articles, etc. When you click on a post, by the way, shout out to Dan, who's a new grant expert who's joined our team. He just put up this post yesterday. Here is the $5,000 grant that is ending today. It's for Latinx businesses through UPS. Again, this is a sneak peek right now. This is usually only available for our Skip Plus members. You can start a free 15-day trial at helloskip.com/membership. Link right in the description below. And you can find it right on our app as well. Hello Skip in the App Store and Google Play. $10,000 grant for Native American-led organizations. $25,000 Business of the Year award through the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. $10,000 grant for women-owned businesses. $4,000 small business grants. $100,000 loans for Southern businesses, and a bunch of other state-level grants: California, Illinois, Indiana, Maryland, New Mexico, Utah, Wisconsin, a whole bunch more, and you can see the archives of all the grants and funding opportunities. Many of you just need small amounts of capital, 10K, 20K, 30K. So these grant programs can often be a good opportunity, but there are also good low-interest loans through some of our partners. We talk about them here on the Skip website and app, but this one for Latinx businesses ends today. That's today's quick update. Most importantly, thanks so much for subscribing and telling others about our channel, supporting us, leaving a comment if you support our effort to write to the SBA to say be more transparent about the timing for EIDL loan increases. Just give an estimate. Is this going to be 2 weeks or 2 months for approvals based on where someone is in the queue? Same thing with the targeted and supplemental EIDL grants. We still have a long way to go. Most of the funding has not been spent for both of those programs, the $10,000 targeted and the $5,000 supplemental. Most importantly, have a great weekend, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.